kind of weird, but it's very well written. I will come back to you right now. But for things like owl, that's not a monster, that's a bird. I'm talking location, 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 more of whatever this is. And we were like, hey, scientists, maybe your definitions are busted. It's not their fault, right? You know, they didn't choose to be born. I bore this burden for you! I'm gonna make this timeline much worse. Like that, I ate only mushrooms for like a whole week. That has nothing to do with this. Crying heresy. That was a joke. I'm not gonna do that. Gaffs. Gaffs are integral. I read everything. I am the keeper of the picture. These 4 pieces of information are not purely canonical information. They are divine miracles. Everyone knows that self-published doesn't count. It's like Cats the Musical, but with more guns and a better plotline. They're already mischievous, and they hate corrupt politicians. The first step is throwing away everything you know about public speaking. My own mother. What gives you the right to say what is good? Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. I straight up chortled. Man-eating plant. You know what, this part wasn't that important. We're just gonna cut it. What? Then you could potentially use these 10 keys for like a drinking game or something. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm saying it's possible. You could do that if you wanted to. It's not, I did that, okay? Hell yes! What a cool dude. Turns out she's dead. Then it gets a little bit darker. So let's go ahead and throw this into, shit, I ran out of space. Teach the kids. Big and brash and bold and boisterous. Yeah, wow, they really paid for that, huh? But do I look like a fool to you? That's on your conscience. How can they reach the fickle gamer while still maintaining business poise? What? No! Wouldn't it be nice if there was one place you could find the full bestiary of every monster? Who really has the time to read all those books? Nope! This Bible has had very little bearing on the series as a whole. How dare you jettison my gifts! And for some reason, gamers love it when numbers are big. And then the whole world floods. Happy New Year. Oh my god, that is so hot! Oh my god! In total, that's 571 pages, 5.5 point font, over 316,000 words. And I don't need any more reason to be afraid of looking at myself in the mirror. Is this the culture at large? I'm about to blow this whole thing wide open. I'd like to see them try. Brian, aren't you just starting a cult? Honestly, bonus points go to saying a number that's completely devoid of context. I need a drink. Okay. I'm talking about 1,200 enemies on screen concurrently. Books are there, really. So they worked internally to create a new mascot, not just for a game, but for the company as a whole. Bonus points for Horny Todd. One of these writers was just flexing. I need you to make claims about how you're doing something that's never been done before, and then not tell us what you're doing. This next one is a ghost, and I've already explained why that one shouldn't be included in this, but I had to. But what if I told you that this was not the only blasphemous version? This is all I'm qualified to do now! That you work in a very niche, unstable industry. I didn't tab it out because it's a shitty story. That tiny thing. I am not expressing an opinion, I am stating a fact. Trolls. It's time for someone to give them the love they deserve. Experience the terror firsthand. My second reaction to this was, what the fuck? They're not the most surprise! I lulled you into a false sense of security. If you can't read, get someone to read this book to you. It'll make more sense then. The gaffs are an inside job. Now it's time for us to show you some stuff from the company that didn't do the presentation and let us do all the hard work for them. Someone should try to do that. They will tell you when they're upset, and also when your parents are gonna die. Please don't show that to me anymore. Please get it out of here. Stop. It is unimaginably amazing, incomprehensibly great, unbelievably too good to be true, and honestly, it's because it probably is too good to be true. I would like to see them try. These 13 pages, and it's not because they lack things to say. Riveting! Don't read them! So I ate a chicken sandwich, drenched. The Time Break. The Time Break. There's a Final Fantasy 15 VR fishing game, A Mighty Flower. I am going to throw myself into the sea. They say that eye contact is important. But maybe not this much. Or having an existential crisis and hanging out with pirates.